live! Hey everybody, it is Saturday night. It is Atop the Fourth Wall plays Star Trek Elite Force 2. Might be the finale of Star Trek Elite Force 2 based off of that walkthrough we had last week. Joining us this week, we have the triumphant return of Zen.
I somewhat live. More on that later, but I'm a ghost bunny.
And we have, joining us again, Eliza.
Hello, it's good to be here again for I think I've been on for a full month now.
What I really got to do is I keep forgetting. I need to add you and Robert Willing's, channel details in the video description. I'm pretty sure I haven't put them in there. If I have, then ignore me.
I can look.
Also, Eliza, if you get a chance, check your Skype settings to see if noise cancellation is turned on.
Because Skype likes to reset everything to default. They do it to me every time.
And the reason I asked that is Zen, she had hers turned off. She turned it back on again. There was a lot of static before she did that, and now I'm hearing a little bit of static again, which might be coming from you. Otherwise, so I want to show off what I've been working on with the 3D printer. So the last month or two, I've been working on what's in this box here. Basically, I've been trying to create a Johnny 5 model from Short Circuit. And, we got all these pieces here, all these components that would all add up to one. It's based off of the fan-made toy version that was released a few years ago. Which, by the way, why has there never been any officially licensed Short Circuit merch? Especially when the second movie, as a subplot, involves making toys of it. Am I crazy for this? Especially 80s nostalgia boom the last, 10 years ago or so. That lasted far longer than one would think. So, yeah, so it was huge. It was 13 inches tall. And I was working on this, but the problem is, pieces kept breaking. It just was not working. So, I have this box full of parts here of something that wasn't working. And I was like, man, it's a real shame that this is the only model of Johnny 5 that was available, on 3D printer supply websites. But then I thought to myself, wait a second, I didn't search for it originally. It just came across in, when I was searching for something else. Why don't I actually search and see if there's another model? So anyway, here's the actual completed one. It's obviously smaller than that one, because again, that one was based off of the big-ass 13-inch toy. It's not perfect, obviously. If you look very closely, there's probably imperfections you can see even on the blurriness of the webcam. And I had major problems with the gun. I actually had to make the laser so much bigger. You probably can't even tell from here because, it looks just fine as it is. But having to, but I had to resize this and the arm in order to fit it on its little peg back here. And actually fit the little, your little round bit and a peg inside of it that actually, hooks in and gets it to actually work properly. I had to make the gun bigger to accommodate it. I don't know why it wouldn't fit in there, but yeah, it was just causing issues. And so I have my own little Johnny 5 here. I'm going to try to paint it a bit and then put it on the shelf. Because, hell yeah, why not? Oh, also, and one other thing, been wanting to do this forever. I don't know what it is, but gold PLA is really, really hard to get, proper looking, metallic gold. So I created an Atop the Fourth Wall power coin that fits into the Legacy Morpher. But although this looks orange to you, and it is orange, but the actual description for it is silk gold. And it looks just more orange than anything else. So I'm probably just going to have to paint that metallic gold, because I don't know why every attempt to find metallic gold just creates silk gold, which is just orange.
Mm.
Anyway, why don't you guys share what projects you've been working on while we wait for... we should probably do some super chats first. Gornziak, sup everyone. Last stream was a lot of fun with the Smash or Pass game. Sorry you missed it. Yeah, we played Smash or Pass with a bunch of random characters they brought up.
I mean, I already did a lot of that on Twitter, so, I would probably be reiterating myself. But
Zidfell,
yeah.
Yes, you're crazy, and yes, you're correct. Mega Timmy Tommy, evening all, anyone see anything good from D23, the Werewolf by Night trailer, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur trailer? I haven't watched anything from that.
I think it all looks good.
I haven't had a chance to watch because I was busy promoting new episode. More on that in a minute.
And I've been working on writing. I have 2 scripts of Atop the Fourth Wall completed. I'm getting a 3rd one complete before I film them. That's basically my plan right now to get back on schedule. Because we missed an episode last month. We're going to be 2 episodes in to this month. So yeah, I just like script them and then film it all in a batch and just spend the rest of the week editing and maybe do the next 2 together. And then we should be on track for October. Fingers crossed. And actually, and I felt much better about it. I mean, people is like, oh no, don't burn yourself out. Don't worry about it. I appreciate the concern. But if I don't have to worry about filming something or like, oh god, I got to get this done on this deadline, got to get it done, then I'm actually feeling less stressed out. I'm feeling a lot better if I just could take my time and write. Tim Whitfield, Lewis, you ever heard about Mucha Lucha? I've heard of it. No, I know absolutely nothing about it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Go ahead.
The show has a lot of my favorite jokes, like, this flea doesn't know where the flea's spleen is. Oh wait, there it is, right next to the flea.
Hanumaro, since you're a planner, can you let us in on whether or not you're going to kill Christmas again this year? Not planning on it. I have no current plans for Christmas episodes that will, like, break your heart or anything. Or any Christmas storyline for that matter.
Instead.
What was that?
I will kill Christmas instead.
There you go. Zen declares it here first. She's gonna kill Christmas. Mega Timmy Tommy, we will get your super chat in a minute. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm up to. Zen, why don't you tell us about what you want to promote tonight?
Well, so I'm sorry I haven't been on for a bit. I threw out my back this week. So that was what I've been doing mostly. I did watch Love and Thunder. I thought it was really good. And we could possibly talk spoiler-free thoughts a little bit later, because that arrived on Disney+. But I have been working on my Edge of Destruction Zenhu is finally out. And there's a playlist if you want to watch the entire Beginnings Collections review from the first serial to Edge of Destruction. You can check that out over my channel. So, yeah, like, just please check that out. It's finally up. It's been, I guess, 2 years in the making, and it has storyline stuff. It has story stuff, so please check it out.
Mega Timmy Tommy also finishing up Bride of Frankenstein now. Lots of fun. Also, Werewolf by Night looks like a Universal Hammer movie, complete with black and white. Nice. Werewolf by Night was a classic Marvel horror title, so I will take a look at the trailer for that when I get a chance. Otherwise, Eliza, you have anything to promote?
I have a Yu-Gi-Oh video up that I spent most of August working on. By working on, I mean mostly just waiting for people to send me stuff. Of which only one person actually managed to get around to sending me stuff. 2 people had to back out for reasons.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
And we got Crimson in the chat watching over us.
Zen is one of the ones who backed out. The other one who backed out was a professional Yu-Gi-Oh player. 2 of the people just never sent me stuff, and I'm annoyed at them.
I unfortunately got really busy with my health, unfortunately.
Yeah, and one of them literally just went offline, and I haven't seen or heard from them since the end of July, and I'm really worried about them.
Gordon ZX, here's one for Zen. Smash or pass Lola Bunny?
Is that even a question? That's a smash.
JV Rose, guess who just saw Hamilton? You, presumably. And Crimson is not with us on the stream itself tonight because they're playing Bridge Crew with friends, although apparently Bridge Crew is having issues. Damn you, Ubisoft.
Also, by tomorrow I should have my original show for my new channel, Observing the Viewing Globe, back up for the first 2 episodes.
And we should probably get to the game. It's entirely possible we will end the stream early just because we'll be ending the game early. I have heard this might be the final Elite Force 2 stream. We will find out in a moment here.
Yeah, if I remember right from the spread here, there's only like 2 areas left.
Yeah, so I'm here for this. I wanted to be here. For those asking, I have not seen the new Pinocchio. The only things that I've caught up with right now are She-Hulk, which, no spoilers, and Love and Thunder, and I loved it, and that was really good. But it's not for everyone.
Yep.
But those are my spoiler-free thoughts. Though they're both really good so far. I don't think they're going to be for everyone, but She-Hulk is really good, and I love it.
I'm 2 episodes behind She-Hulk because I've been very busy.
I haven't watched the last 3 Marvel shows.
Also, I'm kind of recovering a bit today because on Thursday I kind of slammed through a wall.
Sebastian,
yeah, we're all kind
speaking
of
of werewolf, I still need to see Hammer's Curse of the Werewolf. I've seen Hammer's Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Mummy. Thoughts? I have only seen the Hammer's first Dracula and Frankenstein movies. And the Mummy. I have seen those, actually. I haven't seen like the entire Dracula and Frankenstein catalog, but I have seen the first ones of each of those.
I have seen every Hammer horror film because I used to watch a lot of like those horror host things.
Lieutenant Munroe, Captain Picard,
Svengoolie, Elvira, the one on TNT with
Joe Bob Briggs.
Right now. Yes, Joe Bob.
Yeah,
I watched all that stuff when I was a kid.
She-Hulk is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Bunny dabs on everyone who's hating on the twerking. I love it.
Gojira Gon, live long and prosper until it is done. And I just lost the rest of the super chat. If you could read that off.
Deck 1 bridge.
Time for more of that peaceful Federation action. Werewolf by Night looks awesome and right up your alley. A blink and you'll miss it. Niche character is in the trailer. I have not actually seen the Werewolf by Night trailer. I'm probably going to watch that after the stream because I watched the game stuff for D23. Yes. Was it either yesterday or this morning? I don't remember when.
Also, after this stream, I'm going to be watching Lightyear. I'm trying to catch up right now because like I'm a little bit behind, and I took this week off for my health. But going to be watching Lightyear and maybe Pinocchio. I hear it's really bad.
All right, time for story stuff.
The informant double-crossed us, and Ensign Gonzalez perished as a result.
Ensign Gonzalez made his choice with full knowledge of the potential consequences. You can't blame yourself. He made the ultimate sacrifice for...
Oh shoot, did I not say them?
Countless others.
Yes, sir. After analyzing the data
that
we recovered, we learned the location of the master control facility. It's on the...
I totally meant to do that.
Bridge, set a course for Tolachon 2, maximum warp.
Aye, sir.
You've been in action since you arrived. I want you to take some time off at the earliest convenience. I can't expect my crew to work at maximum efficiency without an opportunity to unwind.
Thank you, sir. I will. After Tolachon 2.
Very well. Lieutenant Commander Tuvok will be conducting a debriefing with you at 1800 hours.
Yes, sir.
And Lieutenant, good job down there. Dismissed.
Thank you.
Well, you're not gonna berate me for losing someone like Tuvok did?
He's not Tuvok. He's actually competent.
Myriad Media Music. Rewatched Booby Trap and Galaxy's Child on TNG for various reasons, and all I can say on the Geordi and Leah Brum stuff is, yikes.
Yeah, that's a major yikes. Hazard crew quarters.
Hazard crew quarters.
We've already said we're romancing Telsia.
Michael Fields, Linkara, do you think they should make a version of Beauty and the Beast where instead of Belle, the Beast falls in love with Frankenstein's monster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Goran ZX, Munroe, you brought a weasel on the ship? Well, yeah, because he's Gibby. One day at a time.
Being a man.
Gibby! Also, might check out Elvira Midnight.com. I've never watched her show. Also, I'm glad you like She-Hulk, but I'm sorry, I can't get into it. It's cringy, like Ghostbusters 2016 cringy. I don't see it, but then again...
I disagree completely. First of all, can we retire the word cringe? It has long since lost any meaning aside from people saying, oh, this is silly, I don't like it.
Yeah. Also, I grew up on Adam West Batman.
Yeah, I grew up on camp, so...
What a horrible, senseless way to die.
He was a good officer, and a good man.
Munroe?
Yes?
I'm glad that you made it out alive.
We're headed for Tolachon 2, the command center of our Romulan friends. I'll make sure to let them know that the Hazard team doesn't appreciate losing one of its members.
Good. We need to teach them a lesson. One they won't forget.
Yeah.
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 Score!
It took us 2 games, but finally.
Too many doomsday weapons, too many warlike.
We have seen
leaders
too many
using
doomsday
them.
weapons. What is this, Star
You have
Wars?
a rare opportunity, chance to destroy one.
Yeah, but isn't the Doomsday Weapon always the exact same thing in Star Wars?
The exomorphs for easy labor, but soon realized they were the ultimate weapon.
But doomsday weapons often turn on their masters. The exomorphs
not always.
95% of the Idril people. The few survivors fell into a dark age without science or literacy.
The Atrexians finally destroyed the exomorphs and thought they'd destroyed the facilities. But the facilities repaired themselves and waited to be reactivated.
In revenge, the Atrexians covered up the truth about the Idril people and used them for cheap labor.
Just like the Idril used the exomorphs.
I guess we just figured this out off screen.
The Idril turned on their masters
I know
and
this because I read the
reactivated
script.
I don't recall any of this being revealed to us.
Yeah.
Exomorphs used to destroy the Idril.
intelligence. An
Well, they read the
exomorph
script,
called the
clearly.
Archipendra gained full sentience and took control.
The master control facility is in the neutral zone. What about the Romulans?
Best case, we destroy the facility quickly and leave undetected.
Worst case, we start a war.
We convince the Romulans of the threat to both our people.
They may not believe it. They think everyone's as devious as they are.
Then we fight our way out of the neutral zone.
Either way, we destroy the Doomsday Weapon. Mr. Tuvok?
The Hazard team will split into two groups. Ensign Murphy will shuttle her team to the far side of the Romulan stronghold. Her assault will divert attention from Lieutenant Munroe's team as they transport near the entrance to the Master Control facility.
Team?
We expect heavy resistance from the renegade Romulan forces. We have
I'm a
modified our
diversion.
tricorders to allow you to call down orbital strikes from the Enterprise. Target an area, and the Enterprise will bombard it with phaser fire and quantum torpedoes. Use these strikes sparingly, as our torpedo supply is limited.
If this mission
We have a team?
fails,
I always
the
thought we just had a
Romulans
bunch
will
of
have
people
a
getting in
first
our
strike
way.
weapon that can tip
We're
the
going
balance
to
of the
launch space-based weapons down on them.
Quantum torpedoes.
Oof. We have a few more super chats. Sid Fell, Espion or Grovile. Also, Zed, I posted a character from Sentinels of the Multiverse in the livestream channel on Discord for Smash or Pass.
Weird comparison, but I would say Espion. But I would say Espion is better. Or are they saying Smash or Pass Espion or Grovile? Which
I'm hoping they get the meaning which is better as a Pokemon. In which case, I'm going to say Espion.
Espion.
on that note, we're not
Espion's
playing
better.
Smash or Pass anymore. We are back to just general Star Trek stuff.
Because Bunny is here, and Bunny does not.
But we don't know for how long.
Unless it's a bunny,
You've done all
Bunny
you can,
passes.
Kelsey. Get your team back to the
Dear God, I
Enterprise.
both love
Munroe
and
out.
dislike not take Lightyear. The theme Berserk is one of my favorite villain themes ever. Some choices are weird.
I just beamed in
Yeah.
to shoot Shell.
Enterprise.
I've heard
evacuate
mixed things
shell.
about Lightyear. We're gonna be checking it out after the stream. Just trying to get caught up for Disney stuff. Some of it, like, I'm not really rushing to see Pinocchio. I hear it's worse than Dumbo, and if you saw our podcast of Dumbo, that's saying a lot.
Speaks too soon. I meant to do that. They're probably going to betray me. I hope that's not what their super chat was, because I can't find any other message from them. Michael Fields. Hello, Linkara. If there was a Doctor Who DS9 crossover, what Doctor would work best in that story, and what Doctor Who villain would work best?
Which Doctor Who character would work?
Which Doctor would work best in that story? I haven't really seen much. I haven't seen Deep Space Nine, but from what I've heard of it, I think Colin Baker's Doctor would work well there.
I don't know about that, but yeah, but I'd say it's definitely 7.
Seven, I could also.
While we're talking about Doctor Who, I just finished First Doctor, the first season of the First Doctor in terms of review, so check that out on my channel. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It's finally relevant to what we're talking about.
Unfortunately, fortunately, I can actually eventually cover Doctor Who on my channel because all I have to be is initially aimed at children upon initial release.
Like, see, for me, like, I review Sonic and it's not relevant to anything. So it's just like, I'm coming in here like, hey, what if Sonic was a part of Star Trek? That doesn't work, whatever.
My feedback is open. That's
Fish and mailed.
But as I was saying, I finished the first season of Doctor Who in terms of reviews. It's a lot of storyline and stuff, so please check it out. Let me know what you think. And then next up is Marco Polo on the docket for Zen Who.
Planet of Giants.
If you were to have a sit-down with a classic Universal horror movie monster, who, why, and what would you talk to them about?
Frankenstein's monster, anything.
I would actually say the Bride of Frankenstein. Mostly because I want to hear what she would have to say about anything.
Yep.
How am I going to cover a story that doesn't even exist? There are technically 3 recreations of Marco Polo.
Don't you realize when
Yeah.
you're beaten?
JTSG, nuke it from orbit is the only way to be sure. Chaos Nightmare. Linkara has been banned from the stream for spoiling Star Trek. This is now a Zen stream.
Yes, this is now Zen Stream. Number 1, I order you to go watch all of these Zen Who episodes. The next video that we are doing is Danganronpa, the animation that has been fully recorded. It will be edited as we go, and you will see another major storyline episode in that one.
7 Seraphim 7. Which Trek planet would you most want to visit?
Risa.
I honestly do not remember the name of any planet.
Risa's the sex planet.
Ah! Here's the thing. When it comes to sci-fi, the planets always have such weird names that I read like this. Yes, that's the name.
Yes, Eliza is my number 1. She is my Riker.
Because why would you not want to go to the planet where basically it's just like, hey, it's vacation, and if you and if you put out a statue, it means you want to bang one of the hot locals.
Okay, that sounds awesome. I would go to that planet.
I would go to that planet.
And of course, the irony being that now apparently like radiation. Of course, the irony of it being that every Risa episode sucks.
Alex Jewett, not a super chat, but I care about the Percy Jackson trailer, but I haven't seen it yet because I haven't had time.
But it's so artificial and cheap. Who cares? I enjoy touristy trap, kind of vacation-y kind of spots.
Yeah, every time. Zena's warrior princess. Listen well. We as a society will never retire the word cringe. Never.
I will destroy the word. I will make cringe taboo for everyone. No more shall that word be uttered. And if you do, I will be the knight who says, knee.
Sebastian Evans. What I mean is in She-Hulk when they hint to the audience, haha, I know you're expecting to see OG and superheroes as a joke to remind you who the focus is, but that just rubs me the wrong way. But to each their own. With a shrug emoji.
I did not catch that at all, most because we had story stuff happening.
Maybe tomorrow, Corbin.
Oh, I didn't know the
Today,
story stuff
you're
happening.
going back to the Enterprise. Enterprise, Corbin has been
Oh,
hit.
look!
Get him out of here.
The team doing exactly what I expected them to do.
God!
Serpentine!
Avoid the second. Now, doesn't matter what the Doomsday weapon is, it'll never top the photonic cannon. Also, the fun thing was
Doomsday weapon. There was, but not anymore.
Now, Gordon VX, let's find yours. We are behind on these. To
A
be
lot
fair,
of them are
then-
coming in.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, then, Gordon VX. To be fair, then, the only thing that is concerned, Fringe, is that Disney is still thinking that live-action remakes are a thing.
Live-action remakes can suck it because we're currently doing a podcast like block of all the live-action remakes of stuff that we covered. And only one out of the 3 has been any good. Lady and the Tramp has been the only good one so far.
There have been several good live-action remakes of animated movies, like the 90s 101 Dalmatians movie, which is actually really good.
Yeah, there have been. It's just like the stuff that we're covering for this block is the recent stuff. So we covered Dumbo, which was awful, and Dumbo 2019 is awful, and we covered the Cinderella 2019, and that was just bland. Lady and the Tramp was pretty good, but next up we have Hocus Pocus 2, which I hope is good, and then we have Cruella, which is a mess. It's enjoyable, but Cruella is a mess.
Cruella is a movie that I call so bad it's good.
It is. It's so bad it's good, but it's still a mess.
Oh,
It doesn't make any sense.
I am hopeful for Little Mermaid, though.
I'm hopeful, but I haven't seen any of the trailers yet. I'm going to see it soon. I liked The Jungle Book, I liked Aladdin, and I liked Lady and the Tramp. But those are the only 3 live-action remakes that I have enjoyed. Not ironic.
But not as a remake. I like it only if I view Maleficent as completely detached from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, but the problem is it's supposed to be a prequel, so it doesn't matter. It's still bad. And Maleficent 2 sucks. And then and Cruella I did enjoy, but I had to bring booze because it doesn't make any sense.
No, but it makes for a great drinking game, just like The Room. Captain Avenger 1993. Which Universal horror monster do you find boring?
The Invisible Man.
I disagree on the first Invisible Man movie. I think it's very entertaining.
I haven't seen that one. I think the concept itself is kind of boring.
The concept itself is boring, but Claude Rains sells it with a very over-the-top theatrical performance.
The
Catwoman.
The power to rule, to hold the world in my tiny fingertip. Even the moon is frightened of me.
See, I prefer, like, I really love Dracula. Dracula's one of my favorites, and Frankenstein. But, like, you know, when it comes to the others, I'm just a little bit iffy on them.
There is one Universal monster movie that everyone forgets, but it's something like the Catwoman or the Panther Woman or something like that, and it sucks.
Cat people, you mean?
Yeah, that's what it was. Cat people.
I don't know if that one was Universal, but it was but Cat People's responsible for the Luton bus.
It's still terrible.
You know what? Let's do this. We're doing this.
Sebastian Emmon. Speaking of Frankenstein, anyone wishing DC would adapt Frankenstein, Agent of Shade, into a movie or show? Who would you fan cast as Frankenstein's monster? I wouldn't mind seeing it as a movie or show, and I would cast Patrick Warburton.
I would cast Nicolas Cage.
Well, so I guess I got too close.
Yeah, I would cast Nicolas Cage.
Patrick Warburton for me. Hanyomaru. Also, how is Beppo doing? It's been such a long time since we've seen him.
He's been doing just fine.
Orbital Lombard.
I think you got him!
No, we missed a spot.
Gojira gone. Sounds like the Snoo planet from Futurama.
No, that was the Amazon women who just wanted Snoo to repopulate their species.
With a femputer that was really a fembot.
Thanks too soon. Would you spend a night in the Amityville house?
Nope.
No!
What, day one in the ghost house?
I lived in a haunted house when I was a child.
So did I. I lived in a haunted house. I don't like it.
7 Seraphim 7. You seek Jamaharan.
That's it, yeah.
Jamahara Ding Dong?
Am I caught up?
Jamaharan is what the Rysians call, basically like call sex. And so if you put out the statue, like a Rysian logo would be like, "Oh, you seek Jamaharan."
Oh, so Ponfar basically.
No, Ponfar is we have a biological imperative to have sex every 7 years. The Rysians are just like, hey, we like having fun.
So okay, I this isn't a spoiler, so I'm just gonna say it. So what you're saying is we're all invited to the orgy.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to avoid spoilers as best as I can.
Stella! Donkey! And that! Okay, let's see. Ryoko, what are you going to be playing next? Something spooky? Maybe
Playing Diablo 2 next.
Yes, I shall be joining in. I will be playing because I love Diablo 3. And Diablo 2 takes place before things happen. So let's just enjoy the game that, was really awesome.
Yeah, Diablo 2 is, I think, the best game of the franchise. And they did a remaster of it.
Well, the thing is, JP Damon, it's not technically a Blizzard remaster because Blizzard didn't do it. It's done by a different company.
Yep.
Which is why we're a little bit less hesitant on doing it.
Megan Timmy Tommy. I hate the Lion King remake, but I hope for Mufasa.
Which, by the way, can I rant about something with Blizzard for a minute?
Sure.
So I enjoy Overwatch. I got it like years and years ago, before we learned a lot of the BS that was happening, and they announced Overwatch 2. But the thing about Overwatch 2 is, from what I understand, they're straight up replacing Overwatch. You cannot do anything in vanilla Overwatch anymore. It's basically a forced upgrade, which is not a sequel. That's a frickin'
That's a patch.
That's a
DLC.
patch.
And
in turn, you cannot. From what I've heard, again, I'm getting the second hand. From what I have heard, you can't even access any of the new content in Elite Four in Overwatch 2, like new characters and whatnot, unless you buy one of their stupid live service subscription bullcrap.
Oh, that's bullcrap. Also, Eliza's sound is apparently low.
Yep. Can you turn up your audio somehow? Because I don't really think I have any control over that.
Let me fix that somehow. See if I can figure out how to fix that.
I mean, I could try.
But yeah, like there's a different company that is doing the Diablo 2 remakes, or I'm a little bit like less iffy on that, especially because we're just trying to enjoy a game that was actually good before the company started doing really bad practices.
Now, technically, they were doing the bad practices earlier. We just didn't know until.
Yeah, true.
Oh, and somehow, for some reason, Skype turned my freaking microphone volume down to low.
Skype auto changes it down, so like you have to turn off the auto volume.
I just turned it back up to mid where I normally have it.
You know, maybe we should, the reason why we use Skype a lot for a lot of stuff is that, like, some stuff like emulators does not agree with with Discord when I try to share screen on that. Maybe we should be for more modern games. We should just be using Discord.
Yeah. Because Skype automatically changes all our settings every time I try to go into it, and I'm just like, why? I had it set a certain way.
Oh yeah, Eliza, you went super down there.
I hate it sometimes.
You know what?
Let's switch to Discord.
Let's just switch to Discord. We're here. We're not doing anything. We still got another hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm turning off Skype.
Let me do that really quick.
I'm on Discord now. Because we have the Atop the Fourth Wall Discord, which of course all of you can join for $1 a month on the Patreon. And you want to remember to do the thing, Linkara. Always remember to do the thing. Zidfell, meanwhile, in sickbay. Man, this sucks. Hey, Eliza.
Hello.
Yeah, your voice sounds a lot better here.
Yeah, Skype just keeps on wanting to mess with my sound for some reason tonight.
And we got Zen. Okay, good. Let me share screen again.
Hello. Do I sound okay?
Yeah, yes. You sound just fine.
I didn't have any of the problems with Skype the last 3 weeks, so why is it this week that it's finally like, hey,
Skype,
no, I want to
Skype randomly decides to make unnecessary updates all the time, and it's like, this is why I don't use Skype anymore.
Yeah. Screen, let me share. Elite Force 2. Frame rate should hopefully pick up the sound of the game too. All right, actually, quick way to test. Let's see if you guys can hear the soundboard.
There is logic in what he says.
Did you pick that up at all?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
Well.
Oh, do we have to watch the stream to hear it?
Maybe go on the stream itself and see what happens, especially as I click on it.
All right, click on it.
There. Sure glad I don't look stupid in this.
I can hear it.
All right. So I have to be in the game screen for you to hear the sounds coming from it.
Yeah.
Eliza, you can hear all that?
Yeah.
All right.
And where was I on the super chat? Oh yeah, Gojiragon. Gojiragon, the recent Invisible Man is straight up disturbing in my opinion.
Yes.
The recent Invisible Man movie.
Ah.
I heard the recent one is good. It just, and I'm not saying the Invisible Man movie is bad. I haven't seen any of them. It's just the concept to me doesn't grab me, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, man, Frankenstein, Dracula, these concepts frighten me. The Invisible Man is it's just a guy who's invisible.
Yeah, but he can do a lot of stuff while he's invisible.
Yeah, the Invisible Man frightens me simply because I've had experiences in IRL that line up with that.
Yeah, the reason Invisible Man movie plays up the creepier, stalkery, gaslighting aspects of doing stuff.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm more into the monstrous. That's me. I haven't seen the movies, so I'm not the best judge, you know.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I prefer the more outwardly monstrous because I prefer my horror to be stuff that you can't experience in real life.
Yeah, although I also always preferred the monsters that were more tragic, like Frankenstein's monster, the original Mummy. I like my monsters with a hint of tragedy.
I've never actually seen the original Boris Karloff Mummy.
It is one of my
I haven't either. I've only seen one of the recent mummies, not the most recent. When I eventually review the Universal monster movies, I'll have to take a look at it. But right now for Halloween, everyone voted on Coraline instead. So I'm reviewing Coraline for Halloween.
Okay, so important safety tip, don't stay on the rocks for too long.
Good idea. I'm going to be reviewing all of a certain show from the early 90s for Halloween this year.
Ah, Daria.
I wish. I'm going to be doing Erie, Indiana.
Ah, that's a fun one.
Oh yeah. Another Gojira-gon. There's a Dracula movie called Renfield being released next year, the same year as the other Dracula movie, The Last Voyage of Demeter. And in Renfield,
I'm sure Cy Renfield will really like that, because Cy Renfield is a big fan of Dracula, so shout out to them.
And in Renfield, Dracula is played by Nicolas Cage.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm going to have a new favorite Dracula film.
What will I not review? Pornography, pretty much.
Same.
That's a general for any YouTuber, just because we can't.
Yeah.
Some people can get away with it with a lot of good editing, but it's probably best for us to avoid it. How do these Romulans take so much damage? They're actually stronger than the Exomorphs.
We are super Romulans.
Seraphim 7, I'll find yours. Clockwork Soul. Diablo 2. Want to make sure to stay a while and listen?
Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while and listen.
How my sound was cut out for a while.
What was that?
Thank you. Gojira-gon mentioning how my sound went down on Skype.
Yep.
Yeah, Skype is being canceled like cringe and woke. We're getting rid of these terms.
We're keeping canceled, huh?
Yeah, I'm keeping canceled. Some shows need to be canceled.
True.
There we go.
No haunted house, but was on the Enterprise, the carrier, and yeah, there are so many haunted compartments in stories of people who died in them on that ship.
You can't stop us. We are
Yeah.
the future of the Alpha Quadrant.
The USS Enterprise has had a lot of yeah, the history of that is something.
Cameron Tive, it can be arranged.
Ow.
And I'm joking. I'm making a reference to the... I don't know if anyone's seen the recreation that they did for the 50th Doctor Who anniversary, but apparently they did like a recreation of the meeting with Sidney Newman and the rest of
Adventure
it.
in Time and Space. It's a docu drama.
Well, basically, one of the first things they said was just like, we have to get rid of this. It'll scare the kids. I thought we were trying to scare them. It's scare them, not traumatize them. We're not going to change it. Over my dead body, it can be arranged. Like, it's really good. Because that's apparently actually happened.
Now, Sidney Newman did not like the Daleks to start with. Because
He
didn't
like
want
the
any
Daleks.
bug-eyed monsters. And
He
thought
did
the
not
Daleks
like
were the
the
epitome
title.
of bug-eyed monsters. But then he saw that how popular they were. It's like, well, can't really argue with that.
But also, he did not like the original theme music. He did not like...
Because it was very weird.
He didn't like a lot of the stuff, and he wanted to make it more educational, and it's just like... Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth behind the scenes that I discussed in my review. It's crazy the more you learn.
Good. I want to get my health back before I proceeded. I'm just gonna save here and then go back and see if I can find any more secret areas.
James A. Miles in his. Okay.
6 tricorder.
Robert Willing. Hey Rob, nice to see you putting a super chat in.
You realize you're a Discord mod. You don't have to super chat, though I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I just recorded a video with my own dad going over Harlan Ellison's City on the Edge of Forever teleplay. It was interesting, but has a lot of issues. The TV version was better. Great experiment, though.
Neat. I gotta review that comic.
Okay, this is not a super chat, but I have to. How can you misplace a contract? It's so easy. You put it in the right file according to alphabetical order. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N,
P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
That's all you have to do.
If you've never seen Vampires Kiss, it's an experience.
I saw that as like a bachelor thing. But for my friend's wedding, we watched Vampires Kiss the night before our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
It was so amazing. It was my first time, and I'm just like, Nicolas Cage is amazing. I love him.
Same.
Nicolas Cage is a treasure.
Hanyomaru, remember to do the thing, Linkara. Always remember to do the thing.
I will do the thing.
I got those that one in the next super chat after it. Did that while you guys were setting up on Discord. I'm not seeing any more.
I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire.
I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire. That's the most popular clip from Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah, because like he is the national treasure, and yes, that was a purposeful pun.
Hey.
I know both the Original Man OG and remake are great, but one that is underrated is Paul Verhoeven's Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon. Yeah, that movie's really creepy. If you've never
Linkara, do the thing. I never had to tell Julie what the thing was.
If you've ever seen Hollow Man, it's a really creepy movie.
Yeah, I've seen Hollow Man.
I haven't seen Mom and Dad, but I've heard things. Go Jiragon. I'm a vampire. For real this time. Nicolas Cage on the set of Renfield, probably.
Hanyomaru, name one bad movie you think should be remade.
One bad movie I think should be remade. I just went full circle.
Aragon.
Waterworld.
I like the Aragon movies. Not the movies. I like the Aragon books. I just think the movie sucks.
I would like a better remake of It Conquered the World, because It Conquered the World actually did have a remake called Zontar the Thing from Venus. That's a whole other story, but basically, yeah, I feel like It Conquered the World could be actually an amazing movie, but as it is, it's not the best, and there's a reason why I was on MST3K.
I would like to see a remake of Waterworld. It's a
There you are!
It's a notoriously bad movie, and it has a good premise.
My boat.
My boat. We need a Waterworld remake.
Zero Ryoko, it may be late to ask this, but I think Linkara has been having radioactive Skittles because his face is turning into the rainbow LEDs on the computer. I just noticed your face is turning rainbow color due to the lights.
Well, you notice now. I've had this on for streams for months now.
Let's get that rainbow.
I'm sometimes not the most observant.
I'm trying very hard not to spoil events of Love and Thornder, but I just love the jokes of that movie so much. So I'm sorry.
Ow. BJ Blazkowicz. Linkara, what's the gun in the thumbnail?
That would be what we use is the BFG, but it's actually a water gun, a CPS 2500. But on the top fourth wall, we use it as the BFG.
Timmy Tommy, what about Blackula? Okay, Blackula is one of my favorite movies.
Never actually seen Blackula. Oh, come on!
Blackula, I think, was the very first vampire movie I ever saw.
I haven't seen Blackula. Not a super chat, but I have seen the redesigns in Disney Mirrorverse. I kind of stopped playing, but I think Mirrorverse design-wise is really good. I'm too busy playing Disney Heroes Battle Mode because you can main as Perry the Platypus. Like, I can go in and be like, hey, guess what? You think it's a platypus? No, it's Perry the Platypus kicking your butt.
1RHPS fan, but do not do the thing in New Zealand.
How did I manage to say let's get that rainbow and manage to make it sound threatening? Because I'm gay. I can make rainbows anything I want. Let's get that rainbow.
Gojiragon, Blackula is getting a remake. What? I'm sorry, what?
Meanwhile, the thing that I'm mainly playing these days is Genshin Impact because Sumeru just dropped. I am this close. I am this close to finishing Inazuma. I'm getting very caught up. I did a lot of Enkanomiya. I have most of Inazuma, near 90%, so I'm getting there. And then they just dropped Sumeru. So I'm never going to be done, but Genshin is still fun despite the gacha elements. Not because of it, because the gacha elements suck, but it's not a major part of the game, so I can personally ignore it.
I missed
one. Goody. jeez.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Circle strafe!
Get away from her, you bitch!
Not kidding, Blackula is getting a remake. Director was announced a month or two ago.
And I haven't seen the Percy Jackson trailer. I've seen an image from it, but I still haven't had the time to see it yet.
Which one did I miss?
Okay, Mark Burgle. Not a super chat, but Zen, I've been wanting to see Thor Love and Thunder, which I personally call Love and Thornder, but haven't been able to convince anyone to see it with me in theaters. Without spoilers, what's your take on it? It really depends on what you want from your movie. I think it personally balances the grief and the comedy very well, better than Ragnarok, because for me, Ragnarok was much more of a comedy. Here, yes, this is a high comedy, but it deals with a lot of very touching stuff where I had to stop the movie several times and cry because of events.
So yeah, now
But
I felt like Love and Thunder was more of a comedy than Ragnarok.
I mean, like, yes, it is, but Ragnarok doesn't deal with a lot of serious elements in the same way that Love and Thunder does. The way I describe it is, Thunder is about grief. It is a film about dealing with grief, overcoming grief, finding ways to healthily move on from grief, and I think the humor serves that purpose to distract you from that grief in the same way that the characters are trying to be distracted from grief. Is it perfect? No. And a lot of people don't like it because a lot of it stops the serious stuff with comedy. I think there's a reason for it, but not a lot of people like that. And I just think it needs another 20 to 30 minutes in the middle because we didn't get enough with Gore, which amazing villain, and we didn't get enough with Jane Foster. But that's my spoiler-free take.
Yeah. Apparently I missed Zidfell putting in my boat.
My boat.
My boat.
My boat.
What do you think, Lewis, of Love and Thunder?
I loved it. I thought it was a phenomenal film. Like I said, I think Ragnarok was better overall because I felt like it did handle serious stuff better.
Yeah.
But
everyone
overall,
has their own take on that.
And I enjoyed the style, and you're right. The emotional beats hit the way they were supposed to.
Yeah. So it's like, it's all in what you're looking for. I think I personally liked Thunder better, but I feel like if you're personally going through grief and you don't like comedy, you might have that hit hard. I was talking to Tara the other day, and Tara was like,
frickin', why do they have to have this right goddamn here? I keep walking into it.
Sorry. But I was talking to Tara from RDA the other day, and they're not as keen on it because they're personally going through grief, and I can understand that because a lot of that really is, it probably hits differently for them because they're going through it and they don't want that comedy, and that's perfectly valid. I think a lot of people will be kind of torn on this movie.
Damn it.
But, okay, I think there's still only 2 left in the super chats right now. Sebastian Emmon, question: which do you think should get a modern remake? The Legend of Hell House or The Changeling? Part of me thinks The Changeling should be left alone, but you know, Hollywood just might someday.
I don't really want either of those to be remade.
Same. Can we?
I will say this: Thor: The Dark World is still the worst of the Thor films.
Yeah.
Oh, so, yeah, hands down.
And in the first Thor is half of a good movie, so it's just like, you really got Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder. And if you don't like Ragnarok, and I know some people who thought it was too jokey, then I think Love and Thunder might be up your alley.
Here's the thing I would have to say. What made it so Thor finally worked in the MCU for me was giving it a major injection of 80s.
Yes, giving it 80s, a lot of 80s cheese.
God damn it, I didn't see this close.
And there's a lot of silly stuff in this movie, but I loved it. I love what they do with a lot of these moments and the setup for the next Thor. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Gordon's
And that's all I can say without spoiling anything.
I'm trying to. I can't. Unfortunately, it didn't say still long enough for me to lock onto it.
And I don't want to say anything about it either because I know I don't think I'd be able to keep myself from saying spoilers. So I watched it literally earlier today.
Oh yeah, we got to see Hemsworth's butt, and that's Asgard's ass. So like, I mean, that was good for me. I paused the movie, rewinded a little bit. It's uncensored on Disney Plus, so it's great.
Gordon's the X. This was my super chat. I just thought this up. If they remake Treasure Planet, what do you think of the idea of Idris Elba as Long John Silver?
I dig it.
Same. Yeah, that sounds like an awesome idea.
But yeah, like, Phase 4 is really about grief and how people deal with it, and every single person deals with it differently, so you'll like different shows and stuff a little bit differently. I like that they're delving into this, and it really carries through Phase 4. Is Phase 4 perfect? No, but I like the theme, and I love what they're doing with it.
Well, actually, that brings up the next super chat. Anya Mari, what is your current favorite phase of the Marvel movies?
Honestly, Phase 4, and I know people keep getting torn, but people, like, retroactively forget a lot of the bad movies that were in Phase 1 and 2. And I can't say Phase 1 or 2 were really the best because they had stuff like Iron Man 2 or Thor the Dark World, or, like, you know, we had some kind of iffy ones like The Incredible Hulk. So, like, it's between Phase 3 and Phase 4, and I think Phase 4 does a better job on its own merits, because Phase 3 was a conclusion. It was a conclusion to Thanos, so Phase 4 can be its own thing, and it gives us some really interesting new dynamics, especially because we have stuff like Moon Knight, which is completely different and completely off the rails. So yeah.
Same. I actually like Phase 4 the most myself as well, because
story stuff happening.
Okay.
Romulan ship uncloaking.
Hail them.
Federation vessel, you have violated the treaty by entering the neutral zone.
We entered under emergency conditions. We intend to destroy an Idril doomsday weapon called the Master Control Facility.
Explain yourself.
We're transmitting data about the weapon, and about an attempted coup within the Romulan government called the Empty Crown.
Exomorphs. Very interesting. But I have no fear of doomsday weapons in the right hands.
Only if your loyalty to war is greater than your loyalty to your people. This doomsday weapon destroyed the last empire that tried to wield it.
Just because the Idril couldn't control it doesn't mean we can't. Could it be that the great Captain Picard is finally afraid?
Afraid? Yes, I'm afraid. I fear for the Romulan people if you allow the Empty Crown to control the Empire.
I see. Commander Soldock reports that this Master Control Facility has no military purpose.
I suggest you test his veracity and his loyalty. Investigate the facility.
Very well. I will beam a team down to investigate your claims. But if you are wrong, Picard, you will have to answer for your incursion into the neutral zone.
And if I'm right, you will have a difficult decision to make.
That's the power of Captain Picard. He can convince the Romulans to investigate their own.
Down a task force
Yeah.
Soldock's activities.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was mentioning the fact that I like Phase 4 as well.
For diversion.
Understood, sir. They're beaming in now.
My favorite films of each phase.
Let's go.
You will feel the wrath of the Empty Crown.
Return fire. Destroy the rebels.
Okay.
Not even their own weapons can hurt each other. Whee!
Are they all just the worst shots ever?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same universe as Star Wars. No one can see through their helmets.
You guys do that. I'm just gonna go in this cutscene. I need a health terminal.
Okay, so, let's see. My favorites of each phase. My favorite of Phase 1 was Captain America, the First Avenger.
Same.
I love the Avengers, but in hindsight, it's not as good a film as Captain America 1. Phase 2, that's a good question. Well, I think about that. What were we going to say before?
The reason why I like Phase 4 is because it's both a epilogue to what we saw in the first 3 phases, but also starting its own new thing at the same time.
Yeah, and it's not just about introducing heroes, it's about dealing with, like, stuff that happened before and actually giving character to these heroes. I really appreciate WandaVision for giving us some time with characters that we haven't gotten a chance to even, like, see before, or really experience, like, their pain and trauma. Phase 2, my favorite would probably be Captain America, Civil War. Was that Phase 2 or Phase 3?
I think that was Phase 3. That was Phase 3.
Okay, so then I'm gonna have to say Winter Soldier for Phase 2.
Yeah.
Captain America movies are really damn good.
Oh,
They're all really good. For Phase 3, I'm gonna have to say Endgame. And I know there's a lot of problems with it, but it's just such a triumph in so many ways that I'm just like, it's my favorite.
It's a proper victory lap for the MCU.
Yeah, it has issues. I don't like the fridging, but like it does so much right that I can't ignore the things that are good.
Yeah.
Phase 3 has been Multiverse of Madness. I rewatched it the other day. It's still so good, and it's so well shot, and it's just like, God, give Raimi like another franchise, please.
My favorite from each one's Captain America, Phase 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, Phase 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and Phase 4...
God bless it.
Multiverse of Madness.
There we go.
I just really like the Guardians films. I like the blending of humor and heart.
Yep.
I need to rewatch Guardians 2. I think I was just tired when I saw it for our vlog, because I just had been flying and I was jet lagged, so I think that affected me a little bit in that vlog that we did.
Yeah.
Guardians 1 is amazing. I need to rewatch Guardians 2.
And going back to Super Chats, we have Gojiragon. Personally, I find Taika's style of humor starting to grate a bit now, and the movie's very obviously cut down in the editing. I still had a ball, fun all those gods together, and the mid-credit scene makes me very happy.
Like, I love that they introduce us to a bunch of really fun scenes with the gods. And there are some things that I've been quoting all week, because I love a lot of the jokes. But I do feel that, like, some of the things are grating. The goats only worked for me once. Like, I thought the goats were mostly meh, except for one scene. But like, then you get some really great stuff, like the visuals when they go into a certain portion of the film, and it's like almost Frank Miller-esque. Good Frank Miller, which is not, like, it's very stark, but there's mostly black and white, but the color of their weapons stand out. So you have the blue of the hammer, and it's really well done visually. So that's, like, you know, there's a lot that I do see problems with. But when I look at Thorndor, I'm just like, they had a blast making this movie, and for what we got, I'm happy with it. It's not the best of this phase by any shot. I think Shang-Chi is probably the best of this phase, but my top is still Multiverse of Madness because I had more fun with it.
Oh yeah. Sebastian Emmond, Phase 3 is still my favorite. I'm sorry, to each their own, but only select number in Phase 4 has caught my eye. Also say what you will about Incredible Hulk, but MCU has fixed problem 6 for leader.
They retconned problems. But
yeah.
the thing that I like that they're doing this phase is that they're actually recontextualizing the Incredible Hulk and how is mostly from Bruce Banner's point of view. And a lot of the stuff that we saw in that film was his incorrect, like, viewing of things, and I like that.
Yeah, same.
Hey, Bridget, rolling is a myth. I will have you know.
How do you want it? If you were a Star Trek captain, what would be your best element? Strategy, diplomacy, etc., etc. I think this is mostly for you, Linkara. If you were a Star Trek captain, what would your best element be? Strategy, diplomacy, etc., etc.
Strategy.
Yeah, I do think the pacing of Thorndor needed a little bit more time. Another 20 to 30 minutes, more scenes. It did feel like it was rushing. I think that's part of the reason. Like, it's a 2-hour film, and it could easily have been longer. And I think people are like, just for some reason they're iffy about getting a film that long, and I'm just like, no, you got to pace your film according to what you want to that.
Sebastian Evan. Phase 1, Iron Man, Captain America, The First Avenger, The Avengers. Phase 2, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man. Phase 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. I think they were listing their favorite films from each phase.
Yeah.
Warren ZX, I'll find yours in a second. Jeremy Adler, general thoughts on Iron Man 3? Personally, I love it.
I thought it was good.
Iron Man 3 is better than
I
Man
like
2.
Iron Man 3. I feel like people are way too harsh on it. And, like, I always knew that they weren't going to go with the Mandarin because it's kind of a racist character. And I like what they did with Shang-Chi to make it better and improve upon that. And you can have both those stories and still have good stories. I think they're both great, personally.
I get the frustration because the Mandarin is technically Tony's main villain.
I will say that there's one element of Iron Man 3 I think doesn't work, and that was giving Pepper Extremis.
Yeah, the Extremis stuff I don't think needed to be there, but like it doesn't make it necessarily a bad film, and they follow up on it later.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's
the thing
just one element that doesn't work.
is the, you know, him saying, I will fix you, and like, she has superpowers now, she doesn't need to be fixed.
Also, it comes from a rather bad, in my opinion, storyline from the comics.
Yeah.
Like, there are some good ideas there, and it's like, honestly, I think I like Iron Man 2 better than I did before. I honestly think Iron Man 2 is probably the weakest of them all because it's trying to juggle too much.
Yeah.
And I don't care about Whiplash. I don't really care about him at all.
Nobody cares about Whiplash. Whiplash was like a minor of minor Iron Man villains from the comics.
And that's probably... I like it, but it's just like... Iron Man 1 is a perfect origin story. Iron Man 3 is flawed, but has a lot of really great stuff. Iron Man 2 is just... okay.
Personally, they should have gone with Crimson Dynamo for Iron Man 2 as the villain.
Well, yeah, but then we wouldn't have Black Widow.
True.
Like, I'm a Black Widow defender. I love that movie, and I know that there are major problems, but, like, the first 15 minutes are amazing, and a lot of the dynamics I just love, so...
7 Seraphim 7. They need to give Raimi a straight-up horror movie based on one of the Marvel horror characters. Honestly, here's my suggestion. Give him the Howling Commandos, not the original Nick Fury's Howling Commandos. I'm talking about the monstrous Howling Commandos from the... what was that, 2009 that they did that story?
I think so, yeah.
So Lewis, speaking of the game, why would they put a terminal there if you can't go
that's
anywhere?
what I was trying to figure out. Like okay, there's got to be a way back up here if there's if they put this here.
I think I've actually done all the super trips. No, I missed the
We are caught up.
Nope, we have the Gorn ZX to find. Also Zen, I saw this show on Netflix called Bee and Puppy Cat, and I think this show is made for you.
I've heard of it. A lot of people have been telling me to watch it since I was, like, actually, I think 2014. I've heard of Bee and Puppy Cat a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't been able to watch it.
They recently added a second season. Like, the second season just came out. And 2 more pop in just as we catch up. Haha!
Yeah, I will agree Black Widow needed to come in Phase 2 at the very least, or at least Phase 3 before you know, Endgame, or before Infinity War. But at the same time, I love so much of it that, like, I can forgive a lot of the major problems because it's not a perfect movie. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I liked Black Widow just fine. I don't know what people were complaining about, other than, yeah, it should have happened a lot sooner.
Oh, yeah.
It should have happened sooner. It did feel like 2 movies stitched together in places, but overall, it did a lot of good jobs with its themes of family. It's a fantastic film from my point of view.
This is a rough... this is the final level, and it is rough.
Clockwork Soul, favorite MCU fight scene. I'm tossed between the elevator fight from Winter Soldier and the bus scene from Shang-Chi.
I'd say bus scene from Shang-Chi is pretty... Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
Shang-Chi has the best fight scenes in any MCU movie.
Which
it is
you would hope
the
so
best
during the martial arts movie.
Like, it's the best shot. It's so good. The Wuxia wire stuff is so great.
Oh yeah.
Just Shang-Chi is just amazing. We need to have that vlogger guy come back as the cameo person.
Sebastian Emmon, I'd like to see Annihilus adapted for the MCU. Bring in the negative zone. But we already have a negative zone. It's called Twitter.
But Tish.
To be honest, yes. I think Annihilus should be used in the upcoming Fantastic Four movies. Not in the first one. I honestly think the first Fantastic Four movie should be... crap, what's his name? Alicia Master's father.
I remember his name. The Tinkerer?
No, the Tinkerer is I'll remember it in a bit. But
the Toy Man?
No, that's DC. Give me a second to think. I could always just go and ask my mom. The Puppet Master. The Puppet Master.
The Puppet Master, is that a horror franchise?
Yes, it is.
Yes, but also the Puppet Master is one of the Fantastic Four's first villains in the comics. Yes, Mole Man was the first, but Puppet Master was within the first 12 issues.
No one's gay for Mole Man.
And nobody wants Mole Man in the movies, I'm sorry. Mole Man is...
Give me the... No, you know what I want in the movies? I want the slowest man alive from the Silver Age Flash.
The Turtle Man.
The Turtle Man.
Gojiragon. Fave of each phase. 1. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Cap 1. 2. Cap 2, my fave. Guardians. 3. Guardians 2, Black Panther, Doctor Strange 4. 4. Shang-Chi, Eternals, Multiverse of Madness. Shows Loki, Moon Knight, Falcon.
Moon Knight is really good. I don't get why a lot of people are really harsh on it, because like my partner's just like, Moon Knight's not really top tier. I'm like, I love every bit of Moon Knight. It made me sob like a baby.
I haven't been able to watch Moon Knight yet because I have this problem with watching anything that portrays DID.
Yeah, but they did a really good job with it. Crimson has watched it, and they agree.
When I was younger, I actually suffered from DID. I actually went through something called merging therapy to merge all the different personas back down into one. Because it had gotten to the point where it was actually harmful to my life. By the way, do not go through merging therapy if you have DID. It is horrible. They literally make you relive trauma that caused you to have the alters in the first place.
Yeah, which is... Yeah, maybe you yeah, that might be why Moon Knight would be a little bit much for you then.
Yeah. Tanyomaru, what's your favorite line from the MCU?
Tony Stank.
That's America's ass right there.
The America's ass is also really good. Another one that I really like from recent, it's like, don't eat the children. No, we don't do that anymore. Those were dark times.
Oh, another good one is, I knew it! Captain America!
What was mine? First Captain America movie. I don't want to kill anybody. I just don't like bullies. Not a funny line, but it's indicative of the character.
Oh yeah.
I said this before. Sometimes with movies, they have one line. They have just one line where I know the people who wrote this are smart.
Yes, and I love the first Captain America movie. To this day, it's in my top 5. In my top 5 Marvel movies.
You're right, Seraphim. Phil is always wrong about shows. Also, I love Moon Knight. I think it did really well, and I'm waiting for the next season. Oscar Isaac said that they would only come back if they can play one of the characters. So it'll be interesting to see. But they to answer Mike Manhattan's question to me, they did briefly address DID in She-Hulk, but not like directly. They have this type of diastolis meditation that allows you to keep two principles in the same mind at the same time, which is a part of that. I think, they might delve into it more later. but they basically show that, you know, a lot of his particular anger was solved by, like, him rejecting his anger. So it is kind of in there.
And from Doomfire Dan, what miracle do we need to get a good Fantastic Four movie?
Well, hopefully the MCU one should be good. They have, the MCU's track record is so good that I have every confidence they will make a good Fantastic Four movie. Do not have Doom be the villain in it.
Yes, hold off on Doom till like the third Fantastic Four movie, or don't even use him for a Fantastic Four movie. Doom is big enough to be a villain for the entire universe.
Also, I will get Donnie Blaze. Donnie Blaze must pay.
Did I finally catch up? Oh no, there's one coming in from Sebastian Evan.
Gojiragon, they're doomed, yes, but a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. It's a privilege to be among them.
Yeah.
Mike Manhattan, his anger in the movies was not caused by that. They never mentioned it in the MCU.
No, that was only in the Ang Lee Hulk film, which is not canon to the MCU.
It's not canon, no.
It is, however, better than the Incredible Hulk, in my opinion, but that's because I like Ang Lee's experimental cinematography.
All the stuff that people keep bringing up about the Hulk is like, that was the comics or outside the MCU. This is a different Hulk. And
yes,
we can only go off of what has happened in the movies, and therefore, people are tripping over nothing.
People are getting upset because they want everything of the Hulk that's happened in all the comics in the Ang Lee film and exterior media to be canon to the MCU when it's not. It's a different universe.
Yep.
Ang Lee Hulk was boring.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Ang Lee Hulk is good for the cinematography, which is what you want from an Ang Lee film.
But otherwise, like, I was checked out, like, watching it as a kid. I'm sorry, it was not good. And it's just like, even if you want the Ang Lee Hulk to be canon, like, there's just not enough supporting it. But
yeah.
but like, a lot of the points for this Hulk is that Bruce didn't deal with his anger in a healthy way, nor did he try to seek out help from anyone.
Yeah.
That were close to him, and that's part of the point that, you know, this new show makes, is that he rejected his anger instead of accepting that it was a part of himself.
Benjamin Hall, Reed Richards is arguably the first Fantastic Four villain because of not shielding cosmic rays. I would bleep you for Megan Thee Stallion. Doom can be an anti-hero. Okay, yes, I'm always the first person on the line to say Reed Richards is the villain and Doom is the hero.
No.
Also, Mike Manhattan, rolling is still a myth. You stop, drop, and dab.
And I do it as a joke.
You gotta dab.
The reason why I joke about Reed Richards being a villain is because his actions in the comics over the last 30 years are not those of a hero.
Oh, most certainly. I'm just saying, Doom ain't a hero just because Reed's a villain.
No. But Doom has been doing more to be heroic in the past.
Doom is an anti-hero, but, like, Doom is.
Doom is a dictator.
Doom is a dictator and is actually a decent ruler for his people.
That depends on what books you read, because sometimes he ain't.
Sure. In some books
sometimes he's bad, sometimes he's good. Doom flip-flops between villain and anti-hero.
Yes, and Reed Richards flips between anti-villain and stupid scientist.
No, he's always stupid scientist.
True. Even when he's the anti-villain, he's a... Because here's the thing. Reed Richards is a great example of how to write an anti-villain unintentionally. Because I don't think they're trying to write him as an anti-villain, but they're writing him as an anti-villain.
All I know is that dabbing helps any situation, and rolling is a myth. So you stop, drop, and dab.
Dabbing is not helping me fight things in this
Well, you
game.
can't dab in this game.
Doomfire Dan,
Therefore-
Linkara, have you watched She-Hulk yet? And what do you think as I'm sat here hoping to see Thunderbolt Ross or at least Fred Hulk in it?
Nope, I have not seen any of She-Hulk yet.
Yeah, I'm being very careful in my comments to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, same. Gojiragon, I don't want to talk about certain Hulk stuff, as certain reveals at D23 may spoil some She-Hulk stuff. Yes.
God damn it! I keep forgetting this freaking hole is here.
Do not reveal stuff that was revealed at D23.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to see D23. In fact, D23 has been all that people have talked about in the server, and I'm just like, guys, I have a new video. That's cool. Let's talk about D23. Please watch my new video.
Also, please watch my new video. It's on Yu-Gi-Oh! It's also a tribute to the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's my longest video that isn't me doing a what-if to date. And we have super chat from Sebastian Emmond, and my favorite from The Winter Soldier, which I feel took inspiration from Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero, Bucky. Who the hell is Bucky? Megan Timmy Tommy.
Not a super chat. Go on.
Megan Timmy Tommy. It is logical to dab on them haters.
I dab on all the haters with my bunny form. There's a GIF out there that is a bunny dabbing, and I use it all the time. Not a super chat, but Bath & Body Works is going good. I just threw out my back this week, so I had to call out for the week. I didn't know what happened, but then I realized, oh yeah, when I hit my back on the door, I was moving it in that way, and then it started hurting like hell. So I threw out my back. So yeah, if you want to make the bunny happy, because the bunny has had a bad week. The bunny has been upset at a lot of things. Just please watch my video, leave a comment. I like talking about Doctor Who, but not a lot of people have watched the new video, and Doctor Who is surprisingly not very popular on my channel, so if you can.
Not a super chat, but I just want to say Aaron Martin basically just applauded my video, so hey, thank you. Benjamin Hall. I meant Doom could be an anti-hero in the MCU. Yeah, I can see it. They could also use him as the big bad villain. They could either use him as an anti-hero or a big bad villain.
The Doom does a lot of things, especially Doom 2099, where he is kind of a bit more heroic.
He's a lot more heroic there. He actually becomes the quote-unquote savior of the world for a brief amount of time.
Yeah.
The infamous Mike Manhattan. Have you read Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars? It's probably one of the best Marvel events, and even better than the original. No, I disagree with that viewpoint.
I haven't read it. I've only know of the original Secret Wars that Lewis reviewed.
Okay, here's the thing. I will say it's better than Secret Wars 2. I will say it's better than Secret War. It is not better than the original Secret Wars.
Yep.
And Corey 2000, not a super chat. If rolling is a myth, then what am I doing when they see me? You're dabbing. Have you not learned anything from my comments? They see me rolling, they're dabbing. Wait, they see me dabbing, they're hating. Shut up.
Gabriel Godino. Lewis, have you seen the Five-ish Doctors? It's the short movie by Peter Davison about the classic Doctors trying to crash into the 50th anniversary.
Yep, the Fish Doctors.
The Fish Doctors.
I love that short that they made. That was hilarious. Danny Fenlon.
Although it's also a grave indictment of the fact they didn't really include them for anything with the 50th.
True. Danny Fenlon. Missed most of the stream, just got back from vacation and couldn't use my phone on the flight. Well, welcome
back.
Graduated for the end.
You're gonna trust Limp Bizkit, Bridget. I thought you were better than that.
Garcia XL, 5 years in a bit. Doomfire Dan. Make Doom Reed Richards from a different universe.
That could work.
I mean, it could work, but I don't think that's a good idea because that might introduce the Council of Reeds.
Well, we already kind of, I mean, I don't want to spoil things, but
I kind of don't want the Council of Reeds in the MCU. Gojiragon, given there's a Secret Wars movie coming, I doubt Doom is anti-hero. To be honest, Doom could be an anti-hero for a Secret Wars film if they do it in a certain way. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ryan Fogarty. Like, Ang Lee's Hulk visually is great, but it's so plot thin that I wasn't enjoying.
I will agree with you there, but I still like what they did with the whole father thing in that movie as well.
Yeah.
There are some good moments in Ang Lee's Hulk.
I am Doom, master of the stick shift.
God damn it!
Daniel Brand, and why couldn't the Enterprise nuke the site from orbit again?
No, I just know that I'm probably gonna die again.
Sebastian
Hulk
Evan,
dogs are bad. We don't want Hulk dogs.
Sebastian Evan, with the passing of William Hurt, what are your thoughts on Sam Elliott coming to play General Ross Red Hulk? I just would love to see Red Hulk with Sam Elliott's mustache. Wait, they're getting Sam Elliott to play General Ross / Red Hulk?
Why the hell didn't we have Sam Elliott from the start?
That is like the best choice ever for Ross.
Sam Elliott's phenomenal. Did I kill it?
I think you might have. Now you need health.
Speaking of Doctor Who, I saw Sarah's video on the
this
Moon
sucks.
episode and what? Speaking of Doctor Who, I saw Sarah's video on the Egg Moon episode and WTF.
Yeah, kill the moon. It's not good. Well,
Yeah.
let me be accurate.
why does
there
it
are
always come
good
down
parts
to-
of Kill the Moon. I love the ending of Kill the Moon. I love the atmosphere of Kill the Moon. The actual plot of Kill the Moon is dumb.
Yeah.
Why does it always come back to moon spiders? Why?
Doomfire Dan, go to the planet, they said. It's just a simple survey, they said.
This
And now I'm
is
being
the
shot
end
by
right here, because I
everyone.
remember this is the boss fight. This is the final boss.
So let me do there's one last super chat, so let me finish that one off. Sebastian Evan, let me find your super chat, and then we're done with them.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
not in there yet.
This is a fight you cannot hope to win.
Ah!
Okay, we're good.
I hate this. I hate this already.
We have to go. The moon's haunted. Also, another game where the moon had spiders in it. Friggin' Dead Space 3.
To be honest, I've actually there's one thing where I've recently encountered the moon being the most terrifying thing ever, and it's not because of anything on the moon or in the moon. It's because of the lore about the moon. Why did I try to research the moon in the Fate series?
Local 58, moon's haunted.
I don't want to move to the moon. There's no gravity there. How would I be able to haunt people if I can't float? JTSG. Lewis, I told you, lava hat. Speaks too soon. I'll get you back, evil boss.
Sebastian Evan, I didn't say they have plans with Sam Elliott. I just think Sam Elliott as Ross should be happy.
Yeah, it should. It should.
Also, didn't we get a Council of Reeds already with the Council of Wells in The Flash? Kinda, but that's slightly different, and they're actually not as horrible as Reed.
You want me to become a space ghost, but there already is one. Coast to coast.
Yeah. Oh. I like the one where Jack Black was on there. Also,
Listen, I have been to the moon, and Putt Putt went to the moon, and it was not fun. So Bunny is not going to the moon.
Also, the Council of Wells are nowhere near as evil as the Council of Reeds. I mean, for one, the Council of Wells didn't go and collect various enemies and then lobotomize all of them and make them be statues in a room in a basement.
I liked Mortal Kombat Annihilation. How dare you?
It's basically the Council of Ricks.
Yeah. Nick and Timmy Tommy, would you rather face a haunted house or a Sharknado?
Haunted house. I've
Haunted
faced that
house.
before.
No Sharknado, because I can avoid the sharks.
It's saying. 7 Seraphim 7. I will find yours in a bit. Ryan Fogarty. The exact same actions which made Doom a hero while liberating his country make him a villain afterwards. He never grew beyond that morality.
JP Damon, I'm already dead. I'm a ghost. I can't die again.
Actually, in recent comics, Doom has been evolving past that morality.
Has he confronted Mephisto yet?
Not yet. But he has been building his time to do so recently.
It feels like, that was kind of one of his major goals.
He did try to do that before, but he failed and blamed Reed for it.
Of course he did.
Well, here's the thing. Reed kind of was responsible for that because Reed kind of altered Doom's calculations a bit. Thinking he was helping.
It's still Moon Spider, Seraphim.
Give it up, Soldock. The master control facility is stuck in first gear. You need thousands of exomorphs, and you only have a handful. You can't win.
And can we just say that you shouldn't mess with somebody's formulas on a whiteboard when they're not looking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so final boss.
7 Seraphim 7. No, Zen, it's not moon spiders, it's moon bacteria. That because it's from the moon, a moon-sized creature are the size of small dogs while still being single-celled and spider-shaped.
It's still moon spiders. If it's spider-shaped, it's from the moon, it's moon spiders. And I'm not haunting the moon, I'm already haunting this stream and
also,
YouTube
apparently
and Discord.
You're just another bug.
Was that a one-hit KO?
It looked like it, but apparently no. It's just the Romulan radiation gun is really effective.
That's good. Good thing we went on the way to get it.
Yep.
Because apparently you can miss that weapon.
Now you're radioactive. That can't be good.
So I was able to get it here, too. Game design.
Gojira. Doom got his mother back, and then much later killed her and turned her skin into leather armor.
That's ultimate Doom, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that was an alternate Doom.
That was ultimate Doom.
Doom has many forms.
Because the ultimate universe has to be extreme and dark and all edgelord crap.
Doomfire Dan, a giant legion of spiders. They're quite small and fit into most overhead compartments.
That joke was never funny.
It was funny in the original review that it was in context for. Putting it into Kickassia was just was dumb.
Yeah.
Sebastian Evan, save your anti-Reed rules for the Council of Reeds. Terror Reed, save your Reed rules for the Sheep Reeds. Reed Pig, F me, pal. F you, no, F me. I'm going to guess that's a reference to Rick and Morty.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I think it is because he's insulting himself.
The Renfield, don't worry. We have David Cross and Bob Odenkirk on the Moon Spider situation. On July 4th of this year, America will blow up the moon.
Well, good. That thing's been around for too long.
There's too many spiders.
Hanyomaru, sure, everyone remembers the spiders, but nobody remembers the building on the other side of the moon. Or the blue area that takes up about a good third of the moon in Marvel.
Yep.
Seriously, people don't realize how large the blue area of the moon actually is in Marvel Comics. It's like the size of New York City, at minimum.
This boss is very padded.
Doomfire Dan, now count full of Sheldons. I don't get it.
I got this, don't worry. Fortunately, this is actually put health terminals and recharge things around here.
Yeah. Like, that's why I said it's mostly just padded. Like, you're just waiting for the health, and the thing goes in the lava again.
Gojira God, he did team up with Strange to fight Mephisto. He won, but his mom despised who he became so much that she refused and became a statue. Yeah, I can see that happening in the original 616. Mega Timmy Tommy, the Ultimate Universe is dark and edgy and raw and punk and the rage of
there we go.
Very unmemorable final boss compared to the Vorsoth.
Yeah.
I know, right? Like, honestly, I hate to say it, but I think Elite Force 1 is a much better game.
Honestly, I'd say overall, yeah. But it's not that Elite Force 2 is bad. It's just like some of the design decisions are not great, and the engine is not as fluid and fun to play. And too many damn missions are brown.
Worst. Too many missions are brown. There's not as many memorable portions.
Tolachon 2 is peaceful again.
At great cost.
Yes, we both suffered losses.
You suffered casualties to help Romulans. I will tell the Senate.
You can also tell them they didn't die in vain. The Idril ruins are gone.
Good. But are you sure the ruins were the work of the Idril?
The archaeological record is quite clear. The Idril had a starfaring civilization long before the Romulan Empire or the Federation.
And the Atrexians knew it. They covered up evidence of an ancient Idril culture.
Yes, a culture that decimated itself with reckless bioengineering.
That monstrous creature destroyed all the Idril colony worlds.
That seems a little silly when you think about it.
Power, they unleashed a bioengineered monster they could not control. Other starfaring races ultimately destroyed the creature.
But not all the facilities.
Correct.
How is it any Idril survived?
It appears that a few Idril survived on a devastated colony planet. They lost their technology, but held on to legends of their ancient glory.
I'm guessing some of this was supposed to be told if we had gone with Bikini Lady instead of Telsia.
Yeah, Bikini Lady sucked anyway.
She was okay.
It still feels like we're not getting all the story simply because of what we chose to do with the relationship.
Exit the neutral zone.
Set a course for the nearest starbase.
Course laid in, sir. Ready to return to Federation space.
Make it so.
Number one, make it so.
There is no number one right now. He doesn't have a first officer at the moment.
Which is really weird that he left on a ship without a first officer.
It's almost like we don't feel like giving any canon answers to that. Oh, hey, we got a new warp core.
Well, as this is playing out, I'm going to read a few more super chats. Edward Scales, why wasn't there a 90s Thor cartoon with Tim Curry as Loki? I will never know. And as bad Doctor Who Kill the Moon is, I do think Nightmare in Silver is worse.
Was exemplary. The exomorphs posed a grave threat to the Federation.
I disagree about Nightmare in Silver, but that's a discussion for another day.
From taking over and dragging them down in a pointless war. Your actions have not only saved lives, they have given the Federation a new opportunity to pursue peaceful relations with the Romulans.
The Hazard team's performance has surpassed my expectations.
Your expectations suck.
Why are you even here, Tuvok?
You have every reason to be proud.
I still don't know who you are, Tuvok.
I will recommend that Starfleet establish hazard teams throughout the Federation. We could use them on our exploratory vessels. Excellent work.
Excellent work.
Thank you, sir.
The hand gestures.
It's an honor to serve on board the Enterprise.
You are a valuable addition to the crew. Enjoy your shore leave. You and your team have more than earned it. Dismissed.
Woo, shore leave!
Hi, Munroe. Come in.
Great to see you, Telsia.
Thanks for asking me to dinner.
Thanks for accepting.
You were afraid I wouldn't?
I guess so.
After Neelix.
Since when are you afraid of getting shot down?
I was afraid of being with a woman who risks her life, but I realized that's cowardly.
Cowardly?
My girlfriend would have to face the fear that I might die too. I can't expect less from myself than I'd expect from her.
Oh, Alex.
Oh,
so, ready for dinner?
I'm ready to hear you talk more about you and me.
Ah, well.
Yes!
You look ravishing in that hazard suit.
Why, thank you, kind sir. But I'm looking for a chance to power it down and slip out of it.
Oh? We've been wearing it so long, I thought it was a part of you.
Oh, it comes out. It takes courage to find out.
Just have sex already!
Just kiss.
The most hazardous.
This has been building up for too long.
There we go.
Peace and tranquility to you.
Just Beyblade already.
Just Beyblade already.
Just Beyblade already.
They Beybladed.
They Beybladed hard. Hanyamaru, I can really see why left the moon. It sounds like it's crowded as hell. Daniel Brent? 1 second, my thing just skipped. Down to the... Munroe, did I win?
Yes, we did. We totally won. Gojiragon, tab A into slot B already.
Random number guy. So the lesson of Elite Force 2 Star Trek is Mass Effect. Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it all builds up to Dead Space and Mass Effect with both of these games.
Doomfire Dan. Bio monster they couldn't control, they made Janeway.
But yes, behold, Elite Force 2. It is not as good as Elite Force 1. It has some neat weapons, but the engine is not as great. The level design is not as good.
It's not as memorable. It seems harder from what I'm seeing.
Possibly I just said, difficult, might have been a difficulty slider thing that maybe I set it, higher than the other one. Mega Timmy Tommy will get your super chat in a minute. Deadfish, kiss her instead of talking her to death.
It's also
the youth is wasted on the young.
Brown.
And hey, buddy,
everything in this game is brown.
But you know what? We can at least say we got Telsia in the end.
Yes.
That was one good thing. We had some interesting things, but it was not as good as Janeway. Bring back
And it
Janeway.
has Picard with Kung Fu Grip. Mega Timmy Tommy, so what we do if we were to make an Elite Force 3? Probably making it nowadays probably would tie into modern Trek series, in particular Picard.
Yeah.
Maybe something to do with the Romulan diaspora.
And there's a lot of super chats we missed, so let me read through them all. The infamous Mike Manhattan. Have you seen that clip of the 90s Fantastic Four cartoon where Johnny raps? It is hilarious. He makes Vanilla Ice look like Tupac.
Criminy.
Gordon DX. Well, we know what song to sing at the end. Faith of the Heart.
'Cause I got faith of the heart.
Of the heart.
Go where my heart will take me. I've got faith to believe. I can do anything. I've got strength of the soul. No one's gonna bend or break me. I can reach any star. I've got faith. I've got faith. See, you guys got me to sing at some point here.
Sidekick Nick
look, Faith of the Heart is good, but it's not as good as One Day at a Time, being a man, and his name is Gibbon. One day at a time, being a man, and his name is Dipper.
Sidekick Nick 4. It's been a long road getting from beginning to end. It's been a good long while, but your time has finally arrived. That's how the song went, right?
That's about, yeah.
Okay, let's see if I missed, if there's any more. No, I think that's all of them.
All right, and from Picard.
Yay!
My ship.
My boat.
But yes, Elite Force 2, we are done. Someone was asking, what are we doing next? It was Mega Timmy Tommy, what are we doing? Was it Mega Timmy Tommy? That's that, I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, Mega Timmy Tommy's, I think I accidentally skipped over his.
Oh, let me find it then. So what do we do? No, Mega Timmy Tommy said, so what do we do if we were to make an Elite Force 3?
Okay, we did get that.
We did that.
Anyway, next time we are probably going to do Among Us. Then we're probably going to do Rift Tracks the game for the final week of September. And then starting in October, we're doing Diablo 2 Remastered. My brother's going to join us for that one because he was the one who really was pushing me to do that because we love Diablo 2.
Yeah, and I haven't played it. People have been wanting me to play Diablo 2 forever, and I'm just like, I love Diablo 3, so I might as well.
Yeah, and Diablo is a multiplayer game, so we will have to have. So we're probably going to have several people in the party doing stuff with us.
I think Lewis is sus. We're going to vent Lewis for wasting our time again.
Most likely, yeah.
I'm surprised you guys didn't Okay, I am still surprised that you managed to convince me that you weren't the imposter last time, Zen.
I did a very good job. I had fun being the imposter.
We are
Sus
still
Bunny lives.
liars.
I basically think I saw you coming from
Fruity Groovy. Next spaceship you get, you should name it the USS My Boat.
My boat.
Because I go to the call button because I saw you come from an area that was very suspicious. And you mentioned
I'm just very good at being an innocent bunny because I'm always cute and innocent, and nothing bad happens around me unless you upset me. In which case, Bunny, you don't want to see me when I'm upset.
However, that only works on me once. Now I'm going to be even more suspicious of you next time.
Now that being said,
I could switch up.
We're gonna do some testing. We're probably gonna try to do some testing ahead of time for Diablo 2 just to make sure we can all get in on the same game together. Because back in the day we had TCP/IP play when we wanted to do multiplayer, Diablo and StarCraft and all that jazz. So we're probably gonna end up doing the things on BattleNet. Like, probably set up a private game, see that, because I never streamed a multiplayer game like that before. Among Us is a little different, because it's all multiplayer.
Yeah, Among Us is built for multiplayer. With Diablo, you have to really set it up. I do have Battle.net. I need to reinstall it. I had it, and then stuff happened. But we'll see. We'll do good. In any case, while I have you guys, please watch my new video. I know I've been promoting it like crazy, but we finally finished the beginnings collection of Doctor Who, and I think it's a big milestone. So please check it out.
Also, please watch my newest video. I'm going to be posting another link for it in Harvey's in a bit, so if you guys want to check it out, check out the link there. I will be posting another link for it in a few minutes.
And Captain Avenger 1993, when next episode? Next week. I gotta finish up the script for the 3rd episode because, like I said at the beginning, I'm writing scripts and recording all 3 episodes at once, and then just like knocking them out of the park each time. Which is gonna be a little tricky because the Star Wars Infinities comic that I'm reviewing is gonna be a slightly longer one. Not as long as 700th episode, obviously, but it's 17 pages, so probably gonna be a little over 40 minutes. Munroe, Zen, you're as innocent as Mr. Cutie Patootie.
Look, I am sweet and innocent. Just don't get me angry. I'm just saying, like, I can be your best friend, but you don't want me as your enemy.
I can be your angle or your devil. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. This has been Atop the Fourth Wall Plays Star Trek Elite Force 1 and 2. We'll be back next week with some Among Us. Gornsey X will get your super chats and we're calling it a night.
Yes.
It's the final countdown.
And we'll probably move over to Discord for stuff in the future, unless we're doing like emulator stuff.
Yeah.
Unless it's Among Us, because Among Us needs specifically to have both.
Yep. I don't know why I'm suddenly starting coughing.
But thank you all so much. It's been a good Elite Force. We finished yet another game.
Gornsey X, I have to go now. My planet needs me. And the same is said of me.
He died on his way to
Good
his
night,
home
everybody.
planet.